So for those of you who are available, I've literally just turned YouTube off and on again. It's the first rule of tech support. As somebody who does indeed work in that industry, first rule of tech support, turn it off and then turn it back on again. See what'll happen. YouTube never works, fucks it. Well, here's the funny thing, is that tonight YouTube chat actually is working. What can I say? So YouTube chat is working. Hi, Matt. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mr. D. Hi, everybody who I didn't say hi to when you came into the chat. It's not because you're not great. It's because I'm a piece of shit. And as soon as you recognize that, you'll be on the road to success. So yeah, there you go. YouTube is now up and working. I can see people are hopping over there. We will hopefully draw people in. I'm not going to tweet about the show. I know I should. I'm not. Just because I am literally kind of struggling. So, given that Sunravelme's here, that's actually a great thing. Given that Lacey here is here, that's actually a great thing. Because part of what I pivoted towards tonight was some more down-tempo songs. I do have some more high-speed stuff. I'm going to try and really stick it out because they're songs that I really like. But the way that I'm going to kind of approach tonight is there was a new release by a band that actually I've played before for you guys when we were talking a little bit about post-black, and we were talking a little bit about atmospheric and some of these sort of weird slower soundscapes. And for a lot of you guys, that's kind of your jam anyways. So it's good. It's a good fit, and we'll try and stick in there. Anybody want your greens? No, it's actually not going to be stoner or drone. So think more like post-black. We are going to be listening to some Alcest, which was actually on the playlist, but now the whole chat was talking about L'appel du vagin again. So the call of the vagina, it's open. It is drawing you into the void. But yes, Alcest, Katatonia, Solstafir, a bunch of sort of rock bands, heavy, dark, slow tracks tonight. And then some new stuff that will fit in as well. So we're going to try and see. I still want to put good music in your ears. I still want to make you guys happy. And we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to, because as of right now, there's 5 of you. So, and you are the people who love the most. So that's got to count for something. God fucking damn it. All right. So with all that being said, let me kind of get myself sorted out. Let me check out what's on the screen. I do have a lot of stuff. I have hopped over. I can see nobody's watching the YouTube, but the YouTube. Yeah, I know you'll never be happy, Elder Just Big, which is hilarious because actually sometimes there have been crossover in our shows without actual planning for there to be crossover in our shows. So, that it's fine. We're fine. It's fine. It is what it is. Whew. So we'll start with some music. We'll do some chill chat. I know that it's massively disappointing and I apologize in advance. But we'll see how the old noggin holds up tonight. This is actually, I think, probably the very first. Yeah, YouTube check is working. This is actually probably the very first time that I've had a migraine on the show. So there you go. 4 years in, we're still discovering firsts. It's got to count for something. All right. So listen. I also have some weird covers tonight. So I'm kind of hoping that I can really get everybody in a strange move. I have not one, but 2 Bizarro World covers. And that is something that I usually don't play more than one of in one episode, because either everybody wants nothing but covers from now on, or they absolutely hate it and they think that I only know cover tracks. So, let's try and move forward positively here, because I get the feeling that everybody thinks I'm this sad sack and that I'm gonna, be on the verge of dying all night. And while that may be true, it's not very entertaining from your point of view. So we're going to try and cycle into the music. We're going to try and power through it. And then, if I look at any given time where if I look like I'm having I don't know, like an acid trip or like a bad PTSD flashback, Just imagine that all of the lasers in my head are going at once. And we'll meet back after our songs and converse about it. Otherwise, I'd love to hear what's going on in your life. For me, I will catch up with what's going on around the house, which is pretty much sweet fuck all, but I'll do my best. And we could talk a little bit about some of the stuff that inspired some of the music tonight, which is largely a return to normalcy, or at least like, yeah, exactly. Brain lasers do sound way fucking way better, don't they? Yeah, you know, the price of metal has tanked. I apologize. I guess that's me. It could be me. It's very possible that's me. I'd prefer not to have crypto problems blamed on me, but you know what? In this ecosystem, that's the norm. So yes, I am horrifically jealous of Ron that no one shows up to my shows. And so as such, that has manifested in a migraine tonight. So bear with me and I'll play you guys some good music. All right, so where are we going to start at? I have got, let's just take a boo, stable streaming. Yay. All right, so let's just see what I've got to kind of start off with. And I did say I wanted to start with some bands that are returning to normalcy. What was that noise? Oh, look, Shane. Aw, Shane's showing up out of pity too. I love this. It's good. What was that noise? It was me reading Lacey's comment of hue-hue-hue-hue. Hue-hue-hue-hue-hue. That's what it was. It was a poor interpretation. It was a poor interpretation. But yeah, so this is good. Fam's all here. Do that forever. No. It's the migraine. It's the migraine talking is what it is. That's the sound of a migraine. You think it's painful to like look at it and see it? Well, now you're going to hear it. You're going to experience it. If I have a migraine, you're going to have a migraine. I do it again. Oh, God. You know, I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked that more people don't love and adore this show. I can't put my finger on any reason why somebody would not enjoy all of this. What do you mean? This is not the best thing ever. This is not why you come. Are you not entertained, you fucks? Hey, Normock. Hey, Normock. Hi, everybody else who's just joining. You know, don't even worry about it. Pick you. You love that noise. You love that noise so much. If I had to, Jason's here now. Okay, you didn't miss anything. Quick catch up from the very start of the show, which was 15 minutes ago. I've been talking about how fucked up my brain is for 15 minutes. Krim has a migraine. Krim's not tweeting about the show. Krim is struggling to just be here. Thank you, Lacey. Lacey is now following. A cheers to you. And so, good. That's all I can hope for at this point. So Lacey wrote out a laugh, and then I read it, and now everybody's caught up in hue, 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 hue. It's true. You know what? No, it's fine. There will be a day again soon where I actually let people know that the show is on and we get back to the nights where there are like 30 or 40 or more people watching. Is that night tonight? Absolutely not. You know what that makes me think of is there's a meme of this little like chubby Asian kid that's like cackling with his little like claw hands. If that meme could make a noise, DJ Cool DeWill. Hi, I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance. I forgot about you Theta people. Theta people, shit's fucked up. Just roll with it. But that's, if you could pick a meme that sounds like, let me know. For me, I'll try and find it, but it's just this little fat, evil Asian child. That's what that sounds. So Tile Luno, hi to you as well. Okay, so starting the show, mostly post-black, kind of down tempo. No, not quite Shane, but that actually works pretty good too. Jesus. All right, chubby Asian babies aside, you are welcome here whether you are a baby or chubby. I have some music for you. Let's let's try to get through tonight's show. And I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be somewhere in between laughing uncontrollably at what goobers you guys are and how good you make me feel and how utterly horrible migraines feel. So we're going to swing wildly between laughing and crying, I think is basically where tonight's going to be. But I'm going to start off with a track by a band called Solstafir. So earlier this week, these still aren't them. No, he's like a cackling evil baby. These are not evil enough babies. If you're wondering, if you're watching somewhere on live stream and you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, it's because Discord chat is full of evil babies now. Just give me your evilest babies. We'll find the right one, and then I'll put it up on the screen next to my face, and then you'll constantly equate me with a fat baby. So I mentioned earlier that the down-tempo music tonight was also getting pulled from, why does Shane have so many fat Asian babies, like, good to go? I'm not sure, but he's got a collection, I think. The down-tempo music tonight is still going to be kind of rock and roll. It's going to border on post-black, which is a lot of the stuff that's happening. Bands that started off in the death metal scene, that started off in black metal, who have over time kind of mellowed out a little bit and started really exploring soundscapes. So that'll be like Katatonia and Alcest specifically, and some other bands like Unrequited I'll play tonight. And we'll go through that. But I'm going to start off with a band called Solstafir. Now, for those of you who have been around for many years, you may or may not remember that my bucket list was a trip to Iceland. It was to drive all the way around the ring road. Now, Solstafir is a band actually from Iceland. And so, yes, there's some Katatonia on the playlist tonight. I know there's some panty droppers on the playlist tonight, kids. But so Solstafir is a band from Iceland. And I found them only because when I was going to Iceland, I thought, well, let me listen to some local bands while I'm driving the ring road. I'll be super cool. It'll be really fucking hipster dipster. Cool beans. Now, if you were around, you guys still haven't found the, like, laughing Asian baby yet. This is crazy, although there are some fucking terrifying evil babies in chat. I mean, I don't know about you, but babies look like that to me anyways. I'm one of those people. Normok's gonna get on my case. Babies to me are just like, yuck, you can keep them. Yuck. Hue. But I'm driving around the ring road in Iceland, and I stopped at this incredible cave. It's called Grotagia. It's probably not pronounced like that. Grotaya, I don't know. I don't speak Icelandic. But I stopped at this incredible cave, and inside was a sulfuric, like, very stinky, there it is! Viking adventurer found the evil Asian cackling laughing baby. That's the baby I'm thinking of. Congrats. Chat wins. Viking adventurer wins. Now look at that face. Anybody who's in Discord, look at that face. Hue. That's what that baby is doing. Oh God. Let's try and get through the Iceland story, shall we? It's a fabulous cave. It smells like farts. It's kind of hilarious because you've never seen something so incredibly beautiful in your life. It is these deep crystal and blue, and as you crawl down into this cave on your stomach and you slide through the rocks and you make your way between all of these sharp, pointy, whatever, nasty stalactites hold tightly to the ceiling. Right. Stalactites, and you kind of get down in there. The water is crystal clear and electric blue. And it's very confusing because when you see it, what you want to do is dive into it. When you smell it, what you want to do is run the fuck away. And unfortunately, and hi to all the people who are watching on Twitch tonight, that's exciting. And so I actually wrote about this. I have a post. I'll go looking for it in the break for those of you who haven't seen it. It's an oldie and a goodie. But while I was in there, it was just me sitting in there. And I had this album by Solstafir playing. And there is something when you are kind of, well, there is no bat poop, interestingly enough. And like Texas, Shane, you've got a bunch of cool pictures of bats in Texas. And when I was in New Zealand and some of the other caves that I've done, yes, bat poop. Here, no bats. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And part of that is because the cave is so hot and the water itself is so hot that you're actually not supposed to go swimming in it, because if you stay too long, you're going to boil. It's unfortunate. But so sitting in this cave in Iceland, eating skyr, which is the Icelandic version of Greek yogurt, and listening to Solstafir was this transcendent experience. I felt incredibly Icelandic. I don't necessarily look like Bjork, but I guess if I'm gonna hew for too much longer, that's probably Bjork-like behavior. So let me play you guys some Solstafir, and let me kind of start us off with kind of a rock and roll bent, and we will move our way through some of the stuff tonight. I've got all sorts of things, from everything from celebrating Emperor's going to be live streaming, to celebrating the death anniversary of Peter Steele with some Typo Negative, some new releases from Finnish post-black rockers. I've got lots of stuff on the playlist tonight. And so for those of you who normally like it loud and fast and super heavy and really aggressive, tonight might not be your night, but that doesn't mean that I won't have something good for you. My name is Crimson Clad, and I've just spent 20 minutes talking about absolutely nothing. I have an incredible migraine. I have the best community, and we will see how long I can keep your attention, given that I am struggling to brain with the words to the microphone, to you. Brain, you. It's not working so good. It's a song called Isofold by Solstafir. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Fullforce Radio. go. It's a track called Eisefold. It's probably like Eisefold, but, you know, and whatever. It's a band called Solstafir. And just before the break, I was letting you guys know that is actually, it's an Icelandic band. And it's quite funny because Corbin was mentioning, like, anytime I hear, like, tracks that aren't in English, I make up the words in my head. And what did you put there? It was pretty accurate. Snow, 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 death, 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 gonna go die in the snow. Now, that is exceptionally accurate, to be quite... Oh, Crimbear's so cute! To be quite honest, that's remarkably accurate. Now, in Finland... And some of you guys may know the Finns around the blockchain network if you hang out on Hive. There are quite a few Finns that we love very much. We can tag them all relentlessly, Apsu and Celestial and Taraz. But Celestial especially, I spent some time with him the last two Hive Fest, Steam Fest, whatever you want to call them. And it was quite funny because I am, you guys know, a little Finland obsessed. There's a lot of good metal in Finland. There's a lot of good people in Finland. It's a weird, interesting, spoopy kind of country. And so, in general, I was pumping Celestial for whatever information he could possibly give me. And so we were sitting down and we were having some, Taraz is a machine. Agreed. And it's quite funny because you don't get a lot of the sort of Finnish sensibility from T. So, Let's come back to Celestial or Apsu for a second. Now, when I was talking to him, I was saying, you know, Finland is so quirky. You know, I love all of the metal that comes out of there. I love all the music. I love all the art. You guys have a bunch of power lifters. And, you know, it was very matter of fact that, like, yeah, there's literally nothing else to do. By the time the sun goes down and the snow piles up, you either write music, become an alcoholic, or, you know, you lift weights. And then by the time spring rolls around, you're a motherfucking, like, machine. That's what there is to do in Finland in the winter in a nutshell. So that whole snow, 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 death, 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 gonna go die in the snow thing. Very, very accurate. And if you guys are brave, we can actually follow up with a show that, with a song, towards the end of the night, that kind of encapsulates that, which actually the lead singer caused the breakup of the band by literally going out into the snow and dying. So we could round out the night with Death in the Snow. Absolutely. It's like a 13 minute long song. And the end of it is like the beginnings of experimental, like, techno pop and metal. But hey, you know, that could go on the docket later tonight. But so that Solstafir song, the Icelandic songs, and Solstafir as a band, exactly the same thing. That beautiful upbeat track with these cool, like, harmonies and that song that we just listened to. It actually translates to frozen ground. So I'm not even joking. Eisefold, whatever it is, whatever it is in Icelandic, translates to frozen ground. Your coldness gnaws to the bone. The gem of warmth has through sorrow turned to lead. So many animal days and nights you live in my head. In the vicious haze of night, she dances without wound. The frozen ground bleeds here, and flesh is endowed with rot. Even so, the soul rises out from slumber, and there will be holy wells with the rot of blood as a weapon, and bliss for every nerve. The hope was sick, and the self worshipped in the holy places, and I no longer hear the storm raging. Come in. So it's literally about going outside and freezing to death in the snow. It's literally what the song is about. Step outside and embrace the cold eternity of death. You know, it is what it is. So I see a lot of you guys are hopping in the Discord now. There's a couple people watching, even on MSP Waves. There's somebody over on Vim TV. Wherever you might be hanging out with me whenever I do these live streams, and specifically, you know, Fullforce Radio and the other ones. Hey, Marco. Please say hi. Always jump in chat. I can see pretty much anywhere that you chat. I can see you. I would love to kind of include you in the show. You're part of it. The community's nice. Even on nights where I have a migraine and I'm being a heinous bitch and struggling to keep it together. And hewing at you. Also, that stupid restream message about subscribing to my YouTube channel is really off, like too frequent, right? Should we space that out? Would you guys like to see that spaced out? Let me know, because I think that's too frequent and kind of annoying. All right, so there you go. There's the the Solstafir for you, and the lyrics, and then yeah, I will actually show you guys. I'm sure most of you remember this post, but if you haven't, or you want to go back and you want to read about a cave that smells like farts and made me smell like farts, even more than I normally do smell like farts myself, then I'll share that post with you. Because farts. Yeah, I know, Doge is just racking them up. Hey, Stace, it's so good to see you. And I will say that my entire, my favorite image out of this beautiful, beautiful thing is this. So remember, when you're having a bad day, when you're listening to good music, when your migraine is killing you, when you are looking for inspiration or whatever else, stop and breathe. Stop and breathe. Okay, so the reason Solstafir came up was actually related back to tonight's playlist. And that was, as I was saying, yes, Stace is here. Lots of people hopping in. The reason, or stop breathing. Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. If the air smells like farts, stopping breathing might not actually be too terrible plan in the long run. But let's, oh, Mass Effect. Let's just kind of circle back around to what that, why that actually came up. And so I was saying at the start of the show that one of the things that's been happening recently is I've been seeing these glimmers of light at the end of the tunnel. And that is that there are announcements for concerts starting to come back. And so the reason that Solstafir kind of came up in my choices tonight, other than the fact that I absolutely adore them, is that Solstafir and Katatonia have announced that they will be co-headlining a tour. And we're starting to see more and more of this. Bands are starting again to book tours for this year, towards the end of this year. It's good to see. Whether or not they'll actually play out, this is at least a step in the right direction. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is a tour I am going to have to go see. Now, I didn't wear a metal shirt tonight, so that should give you a pretty good indication of how completely mentally and physically fucked up I am at the moment. But with that being said, the last time Solstafir was here through town, they are really incredible, super nice guys. And if you ever do get a chance to go see them live, go up to them and say hi. They literally love talking about traveling, seeing stuff outside of Iceland, and also answering your weird questions about Iceland. And given the fact that I'm sure you guys have seen this, Iceland is like being slowly buried under lava right now. Have you seen this? It's a little wild. And a small part of me is a little annoyed it didn't happen while I was there. And then a bigger part of me is like, oh my God, also maybe don't disappear, Iceland. And then like a third part of me is like, well, it could get bigger. Oh, look at this Corbin. None. Yes. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm going to find some footage for you. So Iceland is obviously basically a byproduct of volcanic activity. Lots of islands are. Well, down on the corner, right near where Reykjavik is, you've probably heard of the Blue Lagoon. You've probably heard of the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. Well, part of that beautiful blue fart stink smelling, heated water and crazy, craggy, strange moonlight kind of landscape, volcanic activity. Volcanic rock, volcanic water, volcanic heat, geothermal activity. That's what it's all about. Well, down somewhere between basically where the Reykjavik airport is and Reykjavik itself, the downtown city center that encompasses all of Iceland in most people's mind, there is a bunch of fissures. I think there are at least 4 fissures that have opened up. If you haven't seen the footage, it is utterly incredible. It's about 7 kilometers off the beaten track. You have to either walk or bike out into the middle of the countryside, but you can stand, and there are a bunch of crazy motherfuckers literally standing in the shadow of an active volcano that's spitting fucking lava everywhere. Magma. fucking molten hot magma. Yeah, it's scary, it's beautiful, it's reminiscent of all the things that make nature so fascinating, and a gentle reminder that you just don't fuck with nature, because nature gives no cares. You're gonna be standing there with your bike and your fucking phone for your selfie. A little blop of magma is gonna burn right the fuck through your arm. Tough titties. Don't be dumb. So, I was thinking I'll play some Katatonia, I'll play some Solstafir, and I will celebrate the fact that the discovery, nature is as metal as it gets. Stace, you're fucking right. And since Unravel Me is here, and we are talking about nature being metal, I have started my gardening for the start of this year. All of my black lilies are coming up again, so I'm very excited about that. And I bought a bunch more sort of deep blood red and white flowers and black flowers again. So the second anything pops up that isn't red or white, if it comes up pink or it comes up yellow, it's getting ripped out of the ground and it's getting replaced. It's very sweet. It makes me so happy. It's so dumb, but it makes me so happy. Eventually, my front walkway will be a terrifying dark garden of delights. We're not quite there yet, but I'm on the move. So, with that being said, I promised you some Katatonia to go along with your Solstafir, an incredible headlining concert, but also a great start to tonight's show. So I'm going to play the title track off of an album called July. And it was this little, like, tiny mini B-side album. And these tracks all got re-released in, like, later albums as well. But this was released in 2007. It's one of probably my first exposures to Katatonia. They got together in the late 90s, that same sort of black metal period. And as they went on and as they went into the 2000s, they started creating more and more really beautiful, really melodic, kind of depressing gothic metal. And their most recent album is called City Burials, and I covered it when it came out last year, and I've been playing some of the tracks for you. It's incredible. But we're going to go digging way back in the back catalog. We are going to go back, how many years is it? Help me. Migraine math. What year is it now? 2020. We're going to go back 13 years? 13 years? Migraine. I don't know. I'm a girl. We can't do math, science. We're bad at all of it. It's a long time now, okay? I'm going to play you a track called July. And it's a beauty as well. It's got kind of this more upbeat energy for Katatonia. But if you listen to the lyrics, still insanely depressing as per usual. My name is Crimson Clad. I'm going to try and make sure to play you guys a little bit more good music as we go here tonight. Katatonia to go along with your Solstafir. And 9 years? Is it 9 years? 2007 to 2021. Am I that bad? That can't be 9 years. Help! Where's Neil McSpreadsheet when we need him? Here's some Katatonia on Fullforce Radio.
You come clean, waves collide now, defenseless numbers, and no voice or reason.
There you go. A little bit of Katatonia. Hi to everybody just joining us. I see people hopping in and out all over the place. More people are watching on YouTube. People are watching all over. Wherever you're hanging out, I appreciate you. So thank you especially to the Twitchers. Do we call them that? That's maybe not fair. But to the full force pantsless piranhas over on Twitch, YouTube, Theta, Vim TV, wherever you're watching. I'm struggling tonight, so thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for putting up with my even worse foibles than normal. I have a migraine, and they fucking suck. And so, if I'm a little slower than even you are usually, like, yeah, isn't that wild? So Margot's just mentioning that this is like a picnic. People are just hanging out. So what I shared in chat and sort of the unintentional but kind of partial theme of the show is that Iceland right now is, it's full of lava. It's full of lava. It's terrible. So much lava in Iceland. But it's pretty incredible because it's one of these beautiful, powerful displays of nature. And you know what people do? They're stupid. And actually, one of the things that I wrote about very specifically when I was in Iceland was that was that I did stupid things too. You get so swept up in how weird and interesting and beautiful and incredible something is that you don't pay as much attention as you probably should to whether or not it's dangerous. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with dangerous play, dangerous travel, well-calculated risks and risk-taking in your life. However, at the end of the day, I nearly plummeted off the side of a waterfall. And, looking back, it was for a really dumb reason. I wanted to get a really incredible photo. I was so swept up in the beauty of the place and, wanting to experience it for myself and then also wanting to share it. Hey, Steven! Steven! Hue-hue-hue. That, wasn't paying a lot of attention. You can read about that as well. I actually live blogged this whole trip around the Iceland Ring Road. I did almost get swept out to sea once. Yes, by a violent sneaker wave. That's absolutely right. And this happens to me a lot. I loved, well, you must show us the photo. I'll do better than that. I'll find the post for you. Actually. But you know what? I've never shared the set of photos from that location, actually. I did the live post about it, and then I never went back and actually edited them. So yeah, you're right. I've probably got, I don't know if they're on this computer, but I'll look during the next song to see if I can find one of the photos from that vantage point. But anyways, doesn't matter. So yeah, Iceland's getting buried under lava, and all of the tracks tonight are a little bit, in Crim's near-death experience. A new near-death experience. Oh, and Steven's in here too. What up? You're thetaing, you're discording. Steven, you're a fucking champ. Welcome to the show, my dude. So that's nothing new, and that's fine, and it often plays into my shows or into my writing or into my photography or art. Volcanoed would probably hurt a bit more. Yeah, I mean, if you had to choose, what would you do? Would you get volcanoed? Would you plummet off a waterfall? Would you get swept out to sea? The horrible, horrible mosquito incident? Yeah, you know what? This isn't making me sound like a very confident traveler. Let's keep going. We have more music. And now, because the show's only 2 hours long, I need to cram as much into your ears as possible. So listen up. Listen up, listen up, listen up. I want to play for you guys a really fucking weird song. And this is actually like partially maybe for like the clown, partially for like Corbin and VA. It is something, maybe an overconfident traveler. Yeah, maybe, but not really. I feel like my confidence level while traveling is exactly right. But certainly, sometimes my exploration of nature is a little overconfident. Maybe. I want to play this really weird track. I want to play something. A couple weeks ago, we went back to Amon Amarth's Surtur Rising, which is a fucking awesome album from 2011. Decade old. Should make a spinning wheel of options of how Crim's almost died. Yeah, that would be pretty amazing. We could probably fill it up pretty good, which is, again, I'm not sure if I'm proud of that. But so as we continue on, before we kind of get back, oh, look, Kwa shows up. before we get back to the slower, lower kind of down-tempo stuff, I am going to play something a little strange. So off Surtur Rising, if you go through the whole album, a monomarth is a monomarth. We love a monomarth. It is growling, you know, fighting, brotherhood of man, you know, base hunting instinct metal. It's fabulous. Everybody wants to be a Viking when they listen to a monomarth. However, if you get all the way to the end of this album, there is a cover track on it, and you may or may not know about this. And I'm guessing for a lot of you in chat, you don't know. So I'm going to play for you a cover of a track called Aerials. Now, if you are thinking, Aerials sure does sound like a System of a Down song, you are exactly correct. And so I am legitimately going to play that for you. I'm going to play a cover of System of a Down's track. Now, if you're not sure which one that is, it's the Aerials in the Sky. You know, the one that's A-hue-hue-hue. Fuck. So, I'm going to play you a really fucking weird version. I'm going to play a monomarth doing it. So, the only thing is, for some of you, this is probably going to be a little weird. And for some of you, I know monomarth is a lot. However, if you can make it through this, then we will kind of jump back into Typo Negative, some Motorhead, maybe Alcest, Sorcerer, Carcass. I'm going to try and, round out tonight's playlist. But we're going to do this first because it's a really cool take on an interesting song that a lot of people loved, that got a ton of radio play by a band that obviously I'm a huge fan of, and falls somewhere into not slow, not fast, quite heavy, and really weird. It's kind of a perfect fit for whatever the fuck tonight is. And I'm going to speed up a little bit. I'm going to try and talk a little less, unless that's what you guys want to do. I'm going to try and play a little bit more music and try and hold it together. I'm doing pretty good, I think. But, that might change. That could go totally out the window, and you might see me collapse into a puddle of jelly live on stream. What else is new? This is why you come, basically, is how can this go wrong? And the question is, well, I guess you'll have to stick around and find out.
Turn around and put up
one was too quick. Pause. There you go. Hey, my name is Crimson Clad. Welcome to Fullforce Radio. Yeah, Corbin's here. Corbin's been showing up more than you, Qua. God. So yeah, I agree. There you go. This new girl, I finally got her attention. We pinged her a whole bunch and offered PP, and she's back. But yeah, absolutely. That fabulous piece of art that she made one day with the heavy metal titties. I want to pay you. I want to pay you for that. I want to use it. I want a little bigger version that I can start building into some of these graphics. I'm using one on all of my upcoming thumbnails. And I love that. You did a fabulous piece of work, and it was just for fun one day, but I really love it, and I think it's a great fit for the show. So, yeah, let me know. We'll talk, you and I. Send her Doge. Yeah. Well, I actually PP pics. Yeah, Steven, if you hang around long enough, you'll understand that PPs go a long way here. They really do. All right, so welcome to Fullforce Radio. Doge or T-Fuel? Yes, I agree. T-Fuel. Well, I mean, Christ, Theta and T-Fuel, they're taking off too. Moons for everyone except Hive. But yeah, Doge is pretty crazy. Everything that's going on with that, and it's quite funny because I am by far not the queen of Doge, and Clay is usually the one. In fact, Clay is probably the reason that I started really kind of like trading my Doge. I have Doge, but I never really thought about it. And then Clay was like, dude, here are these two levels that Doge bounces between. Literally just set some orders and let that shit roll. And I realized, yeah, that's really fucking true. And so the last time this fucking nonsense came around, I thought, well, fuck it. I'm up, 5 times or something ridiculous. And then, thank you, Viking Adventure. Whatever it was, and not 5 times, like 500 times. So I sold them off and I turned, $300 into just under $3,000. And I thought, yes, feels good. I feel good. It's good. It's good. Yes, his dog is good. And then, joke's on me. I thought, I'll buy back in. And then I haven't really been paying attention. To be quite honest, there's been a lot on the go. Haven't been paying attention. Have been enjoying all the other things that are enjoying their time in the spotlight right now. So I didn't buy back into Doge, and now Doge is on a rocket. 420 is coming, and I swear to God, we're gonna see Doge do something absolutely retarded. It's gonna be amazing. I'm sure of it, and I will watch from the sidelines happily. Well, a ton of people with a completely idiotic coin have a good time, and they deserve it. It's fun. Shit's fun. Crypto is fun right now. All right. Yeah, I tried to bring the doggo in here, but he was having absolutely none of it. And because I'm sitting tonight, like I'm kind of schlumping tonight. Yeah, Ada as well. Everything's rocking. Because I'm kind of schlumpy and I'm sitting at my desk tonight, I thought, fuck it. This is what you get. So I'll try calling him again later. Listen, we're about halfway through the show. We have only played a couple of tracks, but thank you guys for hanging out with me. I have the fucking mother of all migraines. And at the start of the show, it was so painful that I thought I was going to start the show by crying. So thanks for sticking through that. But we didn't tweet. We didn't tell people the show was on. We haven't really advertised the last couple shows because every week something seems to go wrong, and eventually I'm just going to have to accept that is the space that we operate in. But we'll continue on. Yeah, Steven is back. We'll continue on. We'll make it work, and you guys will be here, and you'll see another kind of one of those one-off shows that only the hardest of hardcore people get to experience, and we'll roll forwards towards glory in another week. Yeah, you'll be here more often. What up? Thank you for the hugs, friends. So let's continue on with all the stuff that I said I was going to play for you guys tonight. I'm glad that you enjoyed the Amon Amarth cover, and I actually am of the same mind as Corbin. I actually really don't always love Amon Amarth's covers. They do what they do really, really well, but their style doesn't necessarily translate very well to a lot of other existing tracks. And so I don't play a lot of their other covers or like side pieces or whatever because it doesn't have the same magic. However, there's something weird about that one that I really like, and I thought, well, YOLO, fucking throw it in there. All right. So, you haven't seen anybody new for about a year and a half. Quad, that's not true. You just haven't been at my show. And in fact, we're averaging every single show I get a new follow from somebody completely outside the ecosystem. So, but with love. All right. So for those of you who are here, let's continue down the playlist. Let's have some fun. Let's check it out. I have a bunch of stuff. Now, one of the things that's kind of sad, but that comes up on the channel a lot is Peter Steele, the lead singer, the sort of larger-than-life personality behind Type O Negative. And actually, prior... Yeah, I did. I farted. A-hue-hue-hue-hue-hue. The lead singer behind Type O Negative. But also, oh my goodness, the kids next door are having a time. But also a band previous to that actually called Carnivore. And if you guys remember, it was one of my most popular shows was my 6 Degrees of Mutilation. It was an episode on Peter Steele and doing a deep dive on all of the sort of cool connections and the evolution of his career and the music that he made. Well, tonight I'm going to play a track that doesn't get played that often. One of my favorites from Type O Negative, because last night was the anniversary of his death. And it's unfortunate. He died far too early, as many people in the music scene do. He was a big, interesting, confusing person. He was a tortured soul and a brilliant artist and a nice guy. And he made really ridiculously weird and offensive music. And he enjoyed the offensiveness, which is one of my favorite things. So during this song, I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to get my 6 Degrees of Mutilation Harder Than Peter Steele playlist, and I'll share it in the Discord. For those of you who are watching, it's going to come up on the overlay. If you want to go back and listen to all the tracks that I played on that episode, they all have a connection to Peter Steele and his career, then you will be able to do just that. But let's do it. So I'm going to play a track. It's one of my personal favorites. It's off, what are you doing now, Kwa? Tell us. Now that you're in chat and you're talking about how you just don't show up to people's shows anymore, even though there's lots of you on YouTube and everywhere else, hi, what are you doing? Now, why can't you make any of our shows? Why have you abandoned us? If you literally click on if I click on you in Discord, Kwa, the note, I'll show you the note. The note is, quite honestly, I'm going to share it with everyone, the note that I put on your account, because I ask myself every fucking day. As for the rest of you, thank you for talking to me. Wherever you are watching, please throw something in chat, say hi, interact, let me know what you think about the show. Join in. I don't care if you're new. I don't care if you're scared of me. I don't care if you don't like what I'm doing. I'd love to have you chatting anyways. So let's do some Type O Negative. I'm going to play something off the album Bloody Kisses, but I'm going to play my favorite track. And they're all my favorite tracks, but one that doesn't get quite as much airplay. It's a track called Blood and Fire by Type O Negative. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Fullforce Radio every Thursday or Friday or whatever it is for you right now. I'm here playing music even when I have a migraine like no other. But you're making me feel better, okay? That's what it is. You guys are giving me the power to get through it. I'm braining a little bit. Braining a little better, sort of.
I still don't know what went wrong.
Awkward dead air. That's one of those tracks that's like going along and you're like fucking jamming and whatever, and then just like no worries, Lacey, but I did just play good for you. Good. It's family stuff is important right now. My name is Crimson Clad, and Shane is back too. It's funny because pretty much everything I've played tonight Shane would be probably okay with. It's kind of wild, actually. But so, hello. That was a typo negative, because last night was the anniversary. The April 14th is the anniversary of Peter Steele's Peter Steele's death. Chat, Corbin says his Schmexy Time playlist is Yellow Submarine on repeat. But yeah, I actually did post just a little ways up in the history on the overlay. And if you go to Spotify and you look up all my shit, you can find that I did a 6 Degrees of Mutilation episode called Hard as Peter Steele. And that is all tracks dedicated to Peter Steele, typo negative tracks, tracks from earlier in his career, collaborations he did, whatever. Yeah, if you could fuck to Yellow Submarine, you could fuck to anything. That's right. This guy fucks. Oh Lord, what a night we're having. What a night we're having. I can feel my pulse in my temples and the light that goes here. What is this? My light is just like in my eyes, and we're having a time. So I've been playing some more kind of down-tempo music tonight, if you can believe it. Partially because, yeah, it turns out that trying to host a metal show with a migraine means you're probably not going to be very entertaining, and the music is quite literally murder. But you know, outside of that, all good in the hood, kids. Now, one thing I wanted to mention earlier, and I was thinking of putting some KAUAN on tonight's playlist, and this is actually pretty old now because I did want to include it way back when, but I didn't get around to it. But if you didn't see that one of the members of KAUAN has actually released an NFT, and it's like this worlds collide kind of thing, because the NFT craze is huge. There's a lot of experimentation in the space around art, and no, not porn, but I mean, if that's what you want. But so this is quite a funny thing, because we're starting to see sort of bands that maybe haven't necessarily been doing a lot of exciting stuff recently. KAUAN did release a new album not that long ago, but let's kind of take a look at this, because this is something that I know everybody's going, KAUAN, porn. You. Had him, lost him. That's right. Yeah. Oh, KAUAN. Yeah. And actually, you know, even like, I can't remember how many days ago, Megadeth, the first ever Megadeth NFT, sold for more than $18,000. So here we are. Is that how you say it? You not. Yeah, I can't. I don't know, man. But yeah, so I don't know if you've seen some of this, but so let me find the link to the new NFT. So here is some looping video. There you go. So the clown, Slipknot's clown, auctioned off an NFT, some crazy, creepy looped video and audio. That recently just happened, which I thought was quite interesting. And then, yes, I don't know if you saw this, but there is let me just find it. It's an animated clip, and it is a Megadeth clip, and that went for like $18,000. So, you know, we were talking about this earlier. It is very confusing for a lot of people. It's a space that obviously many of us are really interested in. And Slipknot NFTs means that NFTs have jumped the shark. I mean, I would argue that Guy Fieri Doge meme is there. I mean, I think we're basically going to see more and more and more experimentation from musicians and artists, because this is their time. And so, yeah, maybe it is going to mean jumping the shark, but I suspect that for the foreseeable future, brands and attention economies will definitely kind of revolve around the NFT space, and musicians are that. So, you know what? Whether or not we've jumped the shark, get ready for more of it. I swear to God. And the beautiful thing is, you all know when we talk about NFTs is whether or not you buy it, everybody can enjoy it. So I'm sure you're not... I definitely thought I understood what NFTs were until like 3 months ago. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to do another newbie night, and I was actually just recently on Why Libertarians podcast talking a little bit more about them. It's a tricky thing to wrap your head around. But ATS said NFTs are trash. Yeah, maybe, I guess, possibly, could be. I like to think of them as a perfect example of voluntarism. If you want to buy an NFT, if you want to own it, collect it, if it represents something that you would love to have, be part of the chain of custody, maybe it, look at LP Faust is even listening, but he's here dropping in. The reality is if that's interesting to you, then you can do that. You can engage in that. If it's not interesting to you, then you can go out, you can look at the art, you can listen to the music, you can experience the videos, you can check out the collectibles, and all being said, oh, Discord sucks. Good man. Okay. So the reality is you can do whatever you want. It's voluntarism. If you think it's stupid, no problem. You still benefit from it. And for that, well, there's at least some good in the world. All right. So oh God, the only problem is me moving from topic to topic in a meaningful way tonight is pretty difficult. Let me know if I start getting redder and redder on camera, because I am actually kind of struggling here. Things are getting a little worse. So I'm going to continue on and, play you guys some more music tonight. It is some more down-tempo stuff. And hopefully you've had some fun thus far. We are actually well over halfway through the show. So I'm going to need to play you some more music, or else it's going to be like a no music night. And nobody wants that. So I have a lot of stuff that I wanted to play tonight. And some of it's a little heavier. I had a track, an early 90s track by Carcass. And I actually had another Bizarro World cover because Emperor is planning a live stream anniversary show, including original members of the band, especially their bassist Mortis. There's some cool fucking shit going on with Emperor. Now, if you guys are willing, I'll play that track a little bit later towards the end of the night. But I thought, let me play some Motorhead. It's been a little too long since I played some Motorhead. And, well, there's very little Crocus. Oh, Lord, Shane. Oh, Lord, Shane. So I want to play something off Iron Fist, which is an album that was kind of just after some of their bigger albums, but before they moved into the late 90s. And a lot of Motorhead is really speedy. And for a while there, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to play Lost in the Ozone or One More Fucking Time. I'm going to play something a little more down-tempo. But the plan is I'm going to play something that you probably haven't heard before, or at least haven't heard in a while, that generally reflects how I'm feeling and how my body's treating me tonight, and that puts that mandatory Motorhead in your ears with full force. And it's somewhere in the middle, not too fast, not too slow, just perfect for the temperate climate of hell, because the track's called Go to Hell. My name's Crimson Clad. This is Fullforce Radio. Mandatory Motorhead. I think we should make it a thing. Mandatory Motorhead, mandatory Metallica, mandatory. Lots of great tracks, all sorts of good fun music, and the best community.
You wanted it, I knew it wasn't true. Turned out to be the truth, babe. You know what you can do. You can the fat screw. I guess I better get moving. Other things I gotta do. I realize it was a waste of time. Talking sense to you. You can go to hell. 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 Poison ivy.
Yeah. Just play Megadeth instead. You know what? Megadeth is also like trash too. You know, everybody fucking just like on Mustaine's dick. But at the same time, you know what? Like, honestly, a lot of Megadeth music isn't that great either. And it's the same sort of thing. I play them occasionally because they have a really influential and important place in the sort of history of thrash and legitimately kind of had a lot less trashy than Metallica. Plenty of music is coming from LP Faust. Oh my goodness. LP Faust, did you just suggest that your music isn't that trashy? Oh, it's a good night. But yeah, okay. So apparently I've just triggered everyone in chat by saying that maybe I should bring back a mandatory Metallica every now and again. I literally haven't played them in half a year, but everybody's reeing. I agree. Oh my God, I totally agree. And frankly, everything kind of after Ride the Lightning, to me, you really have to sift for a good gem for the next couple years. But those early albums, they're important. Same with Megadeth. Same with, you know, the big four, Anthrax. I really like Scott, but I don't actually love Anthrax. But again, I have to kind of look through where you take some of those things. I hate Richard Cheese. And I don't even think he's trashy, but yeah, Corbin summed it up for me. I'm so grateful for the big four, but also please stay out of my fucking ears. Pretty much the same. But yeah, Richard Cheese, I don't even think it's like clever. It's just, it's smarmy, but not in a like tongue-in-cheek, I get it, you get it, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, let's enjoy this way. It's just, I don't know. It's just bad. But again, it is what it is, and that's why we have multiple shows. So if you're watching and you like Richard Cheese or you like other great parodies and fun like jokes and things like that, come back tomorrow night because, of course, LP Faust has Joculation, and you will always get a mandatory dose of cheese on Joculation. So, you know what? We have lots of things for you. Go to mspwaves.com. If you don't like me and my really shitty migraine and my kind of terrible show prep tonight and everything else, that's okay. There are other people with really good shows. Clay does Coffee and Philosophy. Ron does Clown World, and I mean, that's a fucking shit show. We have Mackenzie Gary, Lo-Fi Hip Hop and Sustainability. We've got Orlov is Before Me with The Discomfort Zone, talking a little bit about the origins of humanity from an alternative history standpoint, and you know, everything from sacred geometry to aliens, and so we got so much fun stuff, and anything that I've left out is just because they're not here and immediately in front of my face, so fuck them. But you can go to mspwaves.com and check out the schedule. Sorry, light flashes again. Back on track. Migraine is still happening. Good music is still happening. Johnny Gear Jammer and Bonehead. Yeah, I know. I'm not forgetting them. I'm not forgetting anyone. I'm a bad DJ. I have a migraine. There are quite literally lights dancing in front of my eyes right now. So more music. There's only about half an hour left. I mean, let's face it. It's been super quiet tonight and you guys still all showed up and that's fabulous. So I need to entertain you more. Someday, Qua, I hope that you will actually want to talk to me. I'm always very sad because I'm like, man, Qua and I go way back, like literal years back. And then so sometimes when you stonewall me out, I'm like, I can't tell if this is funny or if legitimately hurtful. Question mark. Don't forget to mention my show twice. I did mention your show twice. All right. So with that being said, listen, if you need more shows, if you want more shows, if you need to be entertained, we can do that. You need to go to mspwaves.com/schedule. It'll show in your home time zone. You could pick any show you want that isn't me. It's a good idea. So I'm trying to play more music tonight just because I'm trying to keep it going, and a lot of the stuff that I wanted to talk about, I'm just not quite in the headspace to kind of entertain you with. But we have talked a little bit about some of the dumb NFTs that are coming out in this space, and there will be some exciting things, but for now, they're dumb. And of course, I've been talking a little bit about some of the shows that are being listed, like I said. So we started off with Solstafir and Katatonia because they are starting to pre-advertise for shows and live concerts again, which always feels really good knowing that somebody out there is thinking about it. Now, I do have some more kind of like higher tempo stuff in the playlist. A little louder, a little heavier, a little bit more of your blast beat fodder. So we can go down that direction if you guys want. If not, then I did have some kind of post-black that I wanted to play, and a track, given that we were talking earlier about L'appel du vagin, which of course is always going to come up. I don't think it'll ever go away again. One night here on the show, we were talking a little bit about the call of the void and how sometimes there are songs or pieces of art that remind you of the feeling of like curiosity about what it would be like to die. Not necessarily a desire to die, not depression, not suicidal thoughts, not suicidal tendencies, also can be found on Joculation tomorrow night. But the idea of like, I'm driving really fast in my car, I could totally just yank on the wheel right now and smash into a wall. That'd probably be cool. It's just a weird thing that happens, or same sort of thing when you're standing at the edge of the cliff and you look down and it's beautiful and it's interesting and you look down and you're also like, ooh, if I fell off this, I'd be super dead. I could jump. Weird thing. Call of the void. But then also, yeah, see, LP comes and yet I treat him like fucking gold every week. So, you know, we were talking about this one night and somehow we conflated, because you are you and I am me, and the way that we are when we all get together, we somehow conflated the void with a vagina, which realistically should surprise absolutely no one. Absolutely no one. The void is a vagina. Of course it is. And so for whatever reason, yes, that is true. There is that. For whatever reason, we were saying, okay, well, it's no longer the call of the void. It's no longer l'appel du vide. It's going to be the call of the vagina. And Julia very helpfully translated that for us, which is now l'appel du vagin. And it's stuck around ever since. Sticky vaginas, maybe not everybody's favorite, but what can I say? We can't get rid of it. You've gazed long into the abyss, and the abyss has gazed long right back into you. And so because that has come up, because we have experienced the call of these very sticky, dark vaginas, I thought, okay, let's have some more French in the show, and let's kind of return back to that post-black, post-black, post-rock, atmospheric, dark and scary, deep and dank, the black hole of the vajaja. The vajaja? We're like 10-year-olds in here. Du vagin. I want to play you guys some Alcest, and the newest album is fucking amazing. Like, there's no words for how amazing it is. But I went back and I checked some of the Sunravel me's losing it. I went back and I checked some of the recent plays that I've made with Alcest, and they were all the newer albums. So I thought, okay, let's go back one and let's play something off Kodama, which is an album from like 2016. A pessimist sees a dark tunnel. An optimist sees a light at the end of the tunnel. A realist sees a freight train. When it comes to be, you're seeing the light at the end of your tunnel. Everybody's triggered by Metallica. The train driver sees 3 idiots standing on the tracks, and once you step out of your body and existentially experience the tunnel, you realize it's a birth allegory and you're back in the vagina again. All right, so let's do something off Kodama. I'm going to play a track called Oiseau de Proie. I don't know what it means. It means bird of something. I don't know what proie is. Proie. I'm guessing it's like truth or something of that nature. But oiseau is bird. Oiseau de proie. I don't know. Julia can pipe in and let us know. I'm going to play this track for you. It is a little bit longer. It's a little slower. It's a little deeper. It's a little darker. It is insanely beautiful, and I'm kind of hoping I can fit this one more finished track from a band that, Prey. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Good Googling. Thank you, Corbin. Vagina bird, birds of the vagina. Oiseau, oiseau du vagine. Bird of vagina. Can you imagine? Can you imagine just a vagina, but lips and their wings, and there's a bird in it, and it's just like attacking, swooping down out of the sky. Guys, we're back in the vagina again, and my head hurts so bad. But now I'm picturing this like predatory attack vagina, death from above. It's the worst. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing. Wow. Ow. Okay. Well, maybe this isn't even a migraine. Maybe this is like that old show. What was that show back on like YTV where the kid slipped into a coma, but while he was in the coma, then he was like in another world. So like in the real world, he was in the hospital and he was in a coma, and then in the like dream fantasy whatever world, he was like a super, I don't know what, and I just feel like this is that. I'm not actually having a migraine. I've actually already dropped into a coma, and this show isn't real. And I'm in this weird in-between space where the birds are vaginas, and I mean, if we stick to the whole fantasy storyline, I'll be the hero of the day. The Odyssey! Yes! Thank you! Canadian preteen TV for the win. Let's just play Alcest. Let's just do that. This is Fullforce Radio. Vagina birds? Birds. Vagine. Also, this track is so fucking good. There you go. A little bit of Alcest. I'm still picturing vagina birds swooping through the air. Hi, random internet guy. Thanks for joining us. Everybody else who's hopping in and out. I see tons of people all over the place. Wherever it is that you want to watch. Thanks for coming to hang out tonight. I am doing the best I can with a migraine. We're having a time. What about Evanescence? Yeah, I mean, I guess that would fit. There are tons of bands, and especially in folk and operatic, you know, from Nightwish through Olivier T, Cellar Darling. There are tons of bands, but when he mentioned that he wanted something a little bit heavier, Trees of Eternity is a band that had Leah Starbridge was the lead singer, but it was very much heavy black metal, but with this beautiful, beautiful singing and poetry. And You Have a Migraine. Is that vaccine related? No, I didn't. Did we mention vaccines? I just have a migraine. I am just one of those really unlucky people who has had migraines for a very long time. Pretty much as soon as I hit puberty. And I don't get them often. And they started actually becoming more and more frequent when I was like, I don't know, sort of in my late teens. And I eventually, many years later, oh yeah, Ron wants to talk about how my mom got vaccinated. She did. If you want to talk more about lupus, I'd be happy to talk about it with you. But she's completely fine. Like I said, she's out golfing every day. So now I'm trying to figure out what I was gonna say. Yeah, it does suck. It's not a vaccine, doesn't matter. But long story short is I figured out that I was lactarded, and cutting like heavy cream or drinking like milk directly out of my diet made a huge difference, but I still get them now and again. And the last couple days I have been on video calls nonstop. I've been sitting in front of the computer nonstop. It's just been a wild week. And a lot of the calls were with like exchanges or crypto companies, and they're often overseas. One was in part of Ukraine and one was in the UK. And so unfortunately coordinating with them time-wise means I'm not getting enough sleep, and I'm spending extended periods from work to pleasure with my shows, straight into video calls, still staring at a screen, still hanging out. Oh, Tchaikovsky, I didn't know you were actually hopped in here. That's really cool. I mean, like we've missed most of the show now, so everybody who's coming, you're going to kind of catch the tail end of the show. But yeah, they do. They totally fucking suck. Migraines are awful. I don't recommend them. And I get them so bad when I get them that like anyways, doesn't matter. I even see light halos. It's awful. And absolutely nothing can be done about it. Going to lay down to sleep doesn't help. You know, taking a regular painkiller doesn't help. Like, whatever. Snow and Death Guy song. Yeah. I've got 13 minutes left. That's right. So I had a ton of stuff on the playlist tonight. And what I was thinking is, because we were kind of moving in a post-black. Oh, you're watching on Theta. Good job, man. Get that money. Get that T-Fuel. Get that Shaquille O'Neal wiggling. Yeah, there are a few things. Ron is right, coffee too, and I've been like pounding coffee all day, so it just sounds like all sorts of pounding are what is necessary. But given that I can't play everything that I want to tonight, what else is new? I'm gonna save some of this going into next week. I had some Orbit Culture, some Blood Red Hourglass, Sorcerer, Emperor, Carcass, some of the heavier, faster, harder stuff that I just know I'm struggling so bad right now that I'm not probably going to be able to do that. So the other band that I did want to play, Ron was right. Did I ever argue with you? Ron loves this. Ron loves this little clip. But I mean, like, I've never had a problem admitting somebody else is right. I'm very infrequently right. And I certainly don't have a problem giving credit where credit is due. So everybody debates pounding in the chat. Good job, kids. So the band that I want to play for you, let's see if I can find it, or has it cycled out of my my playlist here. let me just see. One of the bands that I really like, and one of the bands that is on my sort of atmospheric black metal post-rock playlist and is a kind of a go-to for me, is a band from Finland. And I'm not super good. I'm not always super good at saying these names, but as far as I could tell, they're called KAUAN. KAUAN. And they literally just released an album last week, and I've been listening to it nonstop. And I'm a big, there is the vagina bird. Look at it go. Did you just art that? It's beautiful. L'appel du oiseau. Oiseau de la vagine. That's right. It's the call of the vagina bird. It's no longer the call of the vagina. It's no longer the bird of the vagina. It's the call of the bird of the vagina. I love it. Caw, bitches. Except it's like caw, because it's a vagina. There's depth. There's echo. But so this is, I'm specifically thinking of like Sunravel Me and some of the other people who really like, I know Corbin's been listening to the playlist a lot. That you're kind of enjoying these kind of dark, bleak, post-black soundscapes. And so this album is called Ice Fleet, and it actually is essentially, it's essentially a concept album of post-black metal that represents being out on a ship, you know, tossed about in the ocean, in the dark, cold, icy, miserable motherfucking winter. And again, this is not really the same sort of perky upbeat stuff. It's not your patented blast beats that Krim always loves to put in your ears, but I actually really enjoy these albums that you can listen to start to finish that tell a bit of a story, and especially in this case, there isn't as many vocals, and a lot of the story comes through in the sound and the tracks and everything. So I'm gonna play a track. Can't say any of it. Band's name is KAUAN. KAUAN. Finnish. And the track is called Taisteluu. I don't fucking know. I'm going to play you a track about being on a ship in the ocean in the middle of the night in winter. Called Ice Fleet is the album. And I'll tell you, I have been on a ship in the ocean in the winter. And when you move far enough away from land, and when the clouds roll in and cover the stars, so you can't see lights from land, there is no moon to reflect off the waves. When you look up, it's black. If you stand at the edge of the ship and you look out, there's nothing. It is the closest you can get to floating in the void. This is not like a sensory deprivation tank. You alone are standing on this tiny spot of light in an infinite, endless universe. You are experiencing motion. You know you're moving, but there's no indicator anywhere around you of light or reference point or vantage point, and it is exhilarating and terrifying. That's kind of what this album makes me think of. It's a very long, quiet, floaty outro here. So it's not quite deck beers yet. You have like a minute. You can do it. Stick around. We're floating in a dark ocean together, friends. And yes, I highly recommend this album. It ebbs. It flows like the ocean. There's some cool creaking ship sounds. And then there are some incredibly dark, scary metal parts. It's a great concept album. It is a perfect representation of being out on the ocean as part of an ice fleet. Ah, yes. All right. So, that's it, friends. We've come towards the end of the show. I have a minute or two left to talk to you about. I will try and find the post about how I almost fell off a waterfall and died. And I will just hit stop because it actually, that da-da-da, is leading into the next song. It's unfortunately one of those gapless playback songs that always fucks up your shit. So, thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I truly do appreciate the fact that you did, even though it was an absolute disaster and I've got a murderous migraine. But we got through it. We had some fun. We listened to some cool tracks and I've got some good stuff that I will push off until next week. Like I said, we are definitely going to play some Emperor. Classic Emperor, but some covers. We will carry on with some Carcass and some other heavier stuff. Cheers, thank you. I will do my best to get better. I don't really get a choice. Usually migraines, they come, they go. I am in their clutches and I get a good laser light show and a real bitchy streak. But hey, everybody's got something going on in their lives. The next time you'll see me live will be on Saturday. I will be doing Cyberbuzz Radio. I have a very cool guest. We'll be talking about art and comics and, really cool dark photography and everything else. I'm actually quite excited for it. His name is Kami Nezuspat, and he does really cool dark pinups and just cool shit in the digital space. So Cyberbuzz is going to be a lot of fun. And then I'll see you next week for Fullforce Radio, and it'll be better and louder and all the things that you've come to expect. Thank you all. Look at all your great well wishes. I will make tonight's playlist shareable. I fixed fullforce.rocks, which is the website for this show. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're hanging out, if you want to follow or like, you'll get a notification when I start doing the thing with the stuff. That's also good. But for now, I am going to wrap it up. I will see you guys later on. Thanks again for coming to hang out tonight. And I will hopefully have everything updated with all the tracks I played tonight so you can check them out on your own time and listen to all the cool music that you enjoy most. And with that, I say a goodbye, sir. I said good day. Goodbye.